marriage-based green card interviews. In this video, I'll talk about how to master your interview, master your marriage-based green card interview. 5 categories of questions. Bijoux Ngwanda here, immigration lawyer in the DC metropolitan area. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you for subscribing, and please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. If you enjoy the content, go ahead and like, share, and don't forget to comment below. Let's get right into it. The way we are going to talk about this preparation, I am going to divide into 5 categories how this interview must be approached. Let's say that you have a file for your green card based on a marriage to a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, and sometimes, in most instances, people go through interviews. I know that they have been tried to, based on the backlog, try to waive certain people interviews, but some people are still finding themselves obligated to go to those interviews, and now we are going to help them out. Let's master that. Okay, first category, it's when it comes to admissibility and security questions. How do you find those questions? My friend, just pull your application, pull up your application and review your application. For the petitioner, please review your form I-130. For the person that they are petitioning for, the beneficiary, the other spouse, please review your form I-485 and your form I-864. Remember that form I-864 is the petitioner actually filling out that form, but sometimes they use the both incomes. So both of you guys should review those forms. And the reason why you have to review those forms, it's because those security questions or national security questions are found in the form. So, and then basically it gives them a sense of who you are. Let's start with form I-130. What is in that form I-130 that you should actually know? My friend, you should know your own name. That's just simple as that. You should know your own name. You should know your address, work history, residency history, and the name of your spouse, of course, and the name of your children if you have any, and the names and the date of birth of your kids if you have any. And sometimes there, I believe there is a parent section there too, the name of your parent, date of birth, stuff like that. So you should just know what you fill out on that application I-130. Okay, and when it comes to the form I-485, that green card petition, remember it has a lot of questions there when it comes to admissibility. So those questions, you should know that. Basically, you should know that you said yes or no. Remember when they ask, have you ever been arrested anywhere in the world or whatever that question is, the way you answer that, that's the same way that you have to answer that then at the interview. But let's say that things change since the last time you apply, and from the time that you go to the interview, things has changed. Maybe you got arrested, maybe you got a ticket, like a traffic ticket. You have to be able to respond to it and adjust that question right there, because maybe they did the background check before you go to the interview. They should know that you did your best and you advise them with the correct answer right there, because things have changed, recent changes in your application. Okay, that's when it comes to the application. And form I-864 is pretty much financial situation. You have to know that too, because they're going to ask questions about those applications. Remember that you have to print out your applications, all the application that you filed with the green card, based on that green card marriage application. You need to print them out and review them for your own record, because they will ask questions in that area, and basically they're just gonna go ahead and pretty much look at what you wrote and ask you the same questions. Okay, that's the first category. Then we go to the second category. How did you meet your spouse? How did you meet? You have to be able to have the same story. Really, if you know that you met your partner, let's say online, and his way of telling the story or her way of telling the story, pretty much they're not talking about the online part, but you are talking about the online part, you need to come with an agreement, like how are we going to present it? How did we actually meet, online or at the restaurant? So the story has to be the same. How you met, when you met, how many dates really you went on until you decided to finally get married, who made the proposal, how the proposal went, how was the party, what type of party, where did you guys get married, stuff like that. It has to be committed to memory, really, because that's your story. Remember that if you go to the interview, those things has to come easily, because you have to be able to show to the immigration officer that this person, I have known this person, I've been married to this person, this is a marriage entered in good faith. Pretty much I know my partner. Okay, and you have to be able to relate how you met your partner in a way that flows easily to you, and that's something that you both has to pretty much practice. Some people come to my office and they say, oh, we don't need to practice that, we know that. My friend, you need to practice that, because your man or your woman will have a different way of telling how you met, because it's just everybody has their way to relate their story, but you have to be able to practice it, so you both will be on the same page. Okay, that's the category number 2. We go to category number 3, habit. What type of habit, daily habit, does each of you have? Really, like your partner, what type? Let's say, for example, you have to be able to tell the U.S. officer that my husband, for example, wakes up maybe 7 a.m. every morning. Maybe he goes to church on Sunday, maybe he doesn't. Those are the type of habits. Maybe I sleep on the left side of the bed, the other one sleep on the right side of the bed. So those are just daily habits. That's something you have to be aware of, because they will ask questions about those type of things. And then we go to the fourth category. That's when it comes to family. How well do you know his family? How well the other person know the other person's family? So have you met them? How many siblings have you met them? Have you talked to them? Parents, have you met them? When the first time did you meet those member of the family of your partner? So those are the things that you have to know. It has to come easily, because you have to relate the story in a way that it flows easily, and the officer understand that this is a marriage of good faith, really. That's when it comes to category number 4. We're talking about family, and when we talk about family, we're talking about each partner's family, siblings, parents, or children if you're gonna be the stepmom or stepfather. So if the other partner had previous marriages before, or children before the marriage, so you have to be able to know that and be able to tell it really in a way that it flows easily. And then the last category is asset commingling. This is the very important category. And my friend, you have to be able to show how do you guys handle your finances when it comes to financial or to basically properties or assets. How does it work in your partnership, in your marriage? You have to be able to show it. And I will strongly suggest that by the time you're going to the interview, if you have additional evidence when it comes to asset commingling, like the things that you guys share together, you have to bring those things with you, because it's going to help your case. It's totally going to help your case, and you have to do that. So For example, you should bring, if you have health insurance or life insurance policy that has both names on it, please bring it to the interview. If you did not previously send it or submitted it, so bring it. If you have bought something else after you got married, for example, you bought a car, you bought a house together, just bring those documents. If you have let's say trust account or just a 401k account that you just recently added one of your partner, just bring it together. So that's the most important thing that really you have to show. Among other things, financial or asset commingling really it's like a mark, right? It really shows the officer this is the marriage that is actually entered in good faith. Those are the things that we share, because most people don't share things like that, especially when it comes to assets. So but if you can show that you guys are commingling assets, you guys are sharing things together when it comes to finances, things related to money, it's really going to help your case. So as a recap, we talked about marriage-based green card interviews and how to master the art of mastering those interviews. First of all, you go with category 1. That's when it comes to admissibility question and security questions. Just pull up your applications. Review those applications that you previously filed with USCIS. Review them. Know the answer that you put in there, because they are, trust me, they are going to ask a couple questions in that category. And then how you met. Know the story. It has to have the same version, both of you with the same version on how you met. How long did you date? When did you decide to get married? Where did you get married? How was the party? How many people? Stuff like that, in that nature. Okay, and then we go to category number 3, habits, daily habits of your partners, stuff like that. Category number 4, family, when it comes to family, siblings, parents, or children on both sides. You have to know those things. And then last thing, and the most important, asset commingling and financial situation. How does it work in your household? How do you share those resources? Okay, so that's it. If you know those things, my friend, and you have documents to support this claim of green card marriage, you will not have any problem proving it. But you have to prepare for the interview. I do help with interview preparation. Phone number is 202-751-2180. Fees, of course, apply for those are different type of arrangement that we can make, and you can come. We do 2 sessions only. First session, and then first session a little bit before, and then the last session maybe 2 days prior to the interview, just to reiterate the same things that we previously said. Okay, that's it for today. Bijoux Ngwanda here, immigration lawyer in the DC metropolitan area. This was US immigration, and just know that I will be doing a series of interviews when it comes to different type of subjects, and tomorrow we will talk about interview preparation for asylum. Okay, until next time, bye bye.